Hey everyone, so it's me again, Dr. Zach. So we're gonna go ahead, we've already run our blank, as Dr. C showed you, and so now we're gonna run our first sample. So to do this, we are going to go ahead and pick one of our colored solutions. I've decided to start with yellow number 5. Yellow was my favorite color when I was little. And so what we're gonna do, you wanna make sure that you write down this concentration on the bottle. And we're just gonna pour a little of this in the beaker so that we can rinse and fill our cuvette. And so let me take this, and you can just be careful with it. And I'm just gonna pour a little, maybe a few mils. Well, that's probably more than a few mils. And here we go. So I'll take my first cuvette, grabbing it by the frosted sides rather than the shiny sides. Clear sides, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in here and try to get it like just a little bit. Okay, and now I'm gonna kind of swirl it around so that it kind of coats the sides to rinse, and then you can dump these solutions straight into the sink. And it says to rinse it twice, so being a good chemist, I'll go ahead and do that. A little more, then I'll just kind of swish it around again and pour it in the sink. Okay, so now we're gonna fill it for reals. And so we're gonna fill it till it's about 3/4 full, and to be honest, I think we could pour directly out of the beaker into here instead of waiting for the pipette to fill up. So just gonna try to hit about 3/4 full. Well, that's probably good. And if you're looking at this closely, you'll see that there are some giant air bubbles. And so we want to get rid of those, so we can try tapping them out. That big one doesn't really want to come out, so I'm just going to keep going. Occasionally you can also like tap it gently against the desk to get rid of those. But in my excitement and tapping, I got some droplets all over the side of it. So I'm going to take one of my Kim wipes and just wipe off the side so that there's no droplets interfering with the beam of light. So we've got that now ready to go, nice and dry. So we can remove our blank from the spectrometer and set it off to the side. And again, I'm gonna find the arrow and line it up. So it's like that. So the light's going through the clear side, and now on our lab quest, it says to tap on the graph tab, and in the bottom left-hand corner, tap on the green arrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, and so we can see that we have this absorbance curve over here. And so it says we'll see a spinning circle, which I think has disappeared already, and then this red square that we could tap again to actually stop the collection of data. Let me tap that. And so now, according to your instructions, we could tap at the very top of the curve, which you can see it's all the way over here on the left-hand side. And if we tap at the top, we see an absorbance value. So that absorbance corresponds to that concentration. So that's what you want to write down on your data sheet. And so you should have written down the concentration for this at 100%, and so we'd write down the absorbance at that as well. And don't forget to write down the color of the solution and the lambda max, which is this wavelength that's being shown here. And so for the rest of this dye, this is the lambda max that you will be using. So always measure at that wavelength. Yeah. And if you didn't get the concentration before, here it is again.